Hi everyone. So I just wanted to sit and give you a update slash finale for my Project Lip Lab Beauty Bank, and then also give you an intro to my next beauty bank. I am really excited to wrap this up, although a little bittersweet. I decided to wrap it up a little early. I'm about just under 2 weeks from my last update. And that's because I found out I'm actually probably not going to be going to Lip Lab. I didn't realize I actually had to book quite a bit in advance because the location I was planning on going to is really popular. And like, who would have known, right? There's other locations that seem to be open all the time. And then, this location in particular just seems really booked out. So part of me was like, maybe it's an experience that I kind of won't really miss actually because one, I don't really like thinking and doing makeup stuff in a crowded space. Also, the experience itself is kind of pricey. It's like 65-ish just to walk out with a lipstick. Um, I wouldn't get to mix it on my own. I wouldn't get to be super hands-on. I mean, I get to smell and pick and choose, but I would feel like pressure too, I feel like, from just like the store associate like looking at me to like make a decision. My friends will be with me, which I love my friends, but makeup for me has been a very, like, literally a very personal introverted experience. And so part of me is like, while I would have loved to do it with them and I asked to actually do it with them, um, I think if I'm gonna be super duper honest, it's I probably would have walked out with a shade that was pretty good, but I probably would have been like really frazzled by the whole experience. So not to say like it wouldn't have been a bad experience, but just like I don't know, I, a one-on-one in just like the room by myself would probably be most ideal. Maybe I don't even know if that would really even be ideal. Me mixing by myself to create different shades and experiment, which I already do, would be the most ideal. Anyways, all that to say, Project Lip Lab is closed. And I the short number I have to give you is that I wrapped it up with $474, which I think is pretty decent. I think I might have said in my last video I was aiming for like 500 or 600, and that was like thinking I would actually work throughout the rest of the month. But I think once I found out that I wouldn't really be going to Lip Lab, I might have a chance to go at some point in the next year. I'm like going to be in locations that are close to Lip Labs. Um, but honestly, I don't think I'm as excited as I was a year ago, which is like totally fair and fine. But we'll see if at that point I feel more excited to go or not. But anyhow, so I thought I would just kind of wrap it up early and not like hang that over my head and just go ahead and start my next one a little bit earlier. So 474 is what I'm walking out with. I just made a purchase from Sephora, and so I'll like kind of mark away from that before putting the rest of the funds, kind of like starting funds for my next project. Um, I was actually able to work it back up to 474 after taking out like over $200 for my self-care thing because like I had some extra fees in there that I didn't realize would happen this month. So I basically worked my butt off both between empties and habits to earn I think about $250 over just like a span of 10 days, which I think is pretty impressive. And like shows myself that I can do it. I don't know if I was kind of gaming my own system by like doing habits that would earn me more, but that's kind of the whole point, was to like get myself into the habit of doing those habits by incentivizing with higher incentives. So I guess it worked. But but I think I'll need to kind of re-strategize and like rethink those for my upcoming project a little bit. So right now I'm kind of doing a soft launch into my next project, Beauty Bank, and just gonna be kind of just taking it chill. I like made my spreadsheet, but I'm just kind of letting things happen as they happen and not like forcing myself to like start logging things right away, just because like keeping up with my beauty bank was honestly a lot because I would literally log like what I did every day, like all my habits that I did, right? That could count towards the beauty bank. So it's like kind of constantly accessing it for better or for worse. And yeah, so I'm just gonna like take it slow, I think, for a week or two, and then especially once I get after come back from my trip, I'll probably really, get into it. But I of course do still want to be logging maybe some of the big things that are happening, like purchases or like, good empties and stuff like that. Um, so let me see. So yeah, so I think to announce the name of my beauty bank, as you know, the last one was Project Lip Lab because I was aiming for Lip Lab, which didn't happen or won't be happening. And this one's going to be Project Sink or Swim. It's a little bit of a play on words, as I like to be. But basically, it is the goal for this one is to fund my trip for a competition. I do artistic swimming as a master's level athlete, and we're actually planning on going to the a traveling competition next October, and I just want to have a project that will kind of fund it. Right, it's going to be traveling, it's going to be out of state, so I'll need to get airfare, hotel, whatever else I need for the competition, gear, whatever. And so I'm excited for it. But I need to kind of see how much it's going to be and then kind of work towards that goal, of course, just like I did for this other project. Um, and it's called Synchro Swim because artistic swimming used to be called synchronized swimming. So it's kind of like that's like SYCH, sink or swim. And it's kind of alluding to the just how the project is as well. Like I just want to make sure I'm swimming I'm swimming well, if you will, in my beauty bank and not sinking, if I'm in the negative or whatever. Although it's kind of opposite because for me, sink is the good thing. Being synchronized is the good thing. I mean, swimming is a good thing too. So both are, I guess, are positives in this context. But I guess in the original phrase, sink or swim, sink was the negative thing. You guys get where I'm at. But so I'm hoping that I can keep with that. It's sink in a positive way and swim in a positive way, and then my beauty bank will be positive all around. All right, good vibes. So you know, I'm looking forward to diving into this, pun kind of intended, after I get back from my trip. And I think, especially with my recent kind of shift in my purchasing habits, given I canceled my Sephora account. I'm going to keep saying that. I'm so sorry, you guys, but it was a big deal for me because I was like solely purchasing from them for my makeup needs. That things will be shifting. I'm hoping that I will shop and will be creating products out of my own collection, which will really one count towards empties a lot faster. Because I do like to document and incentivize myself to be creating in my own collection, just with like a small amount for whatever I franken. Um, and that yeah, I'll be really looking forward to that versus like trying to try new products and stuff like that. So I hope you're as excited as I am. I'm still kind of like just coming out of the other project, like starting to get excited about this next one. So, if you have any encouragement to give me, I welcome it. But I'm hoping that I'll be like more in the game by my next update next month. Probably at the end of next month, so end of September, that I'll probably give an update because that's where I usually like to give updates. But I think just given how I'm closing one project and opening another. Just wanted to give an update sooner than later. So we're kind of somewhat in, you're somewhat kept up with what I'm doing. Although, of course, I don't, it's okay if you don't want to keep up. Anyways, I hope that you enjoyed hearing about what's going on. And if you ever want to see how I structure my beauty bank, go ahead and message me on YouTube or on Instagram. I do have a template that I can make available to you, and there's like some formalisms involved. It's not super fancy, no like fancy, super bright colors or anything, but it's functional, and I've been able to finesse it in a way that works well for me, and would love to share with you if you're interested in that. So, thanks again so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video.